Since video calls and meetings are still such a big part of our lives, it's time to freshen up on how to look our best. So Pat Laurie is the owner of video agency Headline Productions, and she's going to share some tips with us. So, Pat, as I'm sure you know, Zoom fatigue has affected so many of us. I feel like every day I'm doing a virtual interview. So people are kind of starting to get a little bit lazy about how they appear on video. So how do you think that impacts their success if they're wearing sweats all the time, maybe?
Oh, Taylor, you know, it amazes me. We've been doing this Zoom thing for what, like over a year now, and I still see people showing up, not being dressed properly, not having the lighting right, actually, in their bedrooms with their drawers open, clothes hanging out. I mean, I've seen it all. And I'm like, okay, people, we have to be self-aware because it's really cutting into your credibility at work with your colleagues. Just because you're working from home doesn't mean you can totally relax because people make assumptions on you based on how you're showing up, right? So if you're showing up and you're, all disorganized and not dressed properly, people will say, is that person lazy? I wonder if they're going to be lazy at work too. What else are they letting go? So these things are happening.
Now, perception is certainly everything, but some people struggle technically too. A lot of people are not used to doing video chatting or conferences of that nature. So what are some mistakes that you're commonly seeing people make on video?
Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a lot. So hold on. Hey, listen, here's the thing. Your square, right? Your set. Well, it's your new business card, right? So I have to say that, it is a little bit of a performance, right? Not really, but you have to think everybody right now has to produce their own set. So some of the things that people can do to look fabulous on camera, because people get hung up on the tech. First things first, you want to be center square, right? You want to be centered up in that frame. You don't want to have too much headroom. That's the amount of room from here to the top of the screen, right? You want to be centered. And you also want to have that camera at the right height. So what height should the camera be at? Some people have built-in webcams that are actually down here next to their keyboard, which I don't know why they make them that way, but your camera should always be eye level or slightly above because that is going to be the most complementary, right? So you want to be center frame. You want to be well lit. Now, right now, I'm looking out the window. It's a gorgeous day. You always want to have the window in front of you, not behind you, because if you do that, then you're going to be like Tony the Tiger. You're going to be backlit. It's not going to look good. So, but here's the problem. You can't just go into your house, flip on a few lights, especially those like overhead lights. You're going to get some weird shadows underneath your eyes. So invest in something as simple as a selfie ring light. This will be your best friend because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people are very insecure about how they show up on video, and light can make you look so fabulous. So to me, it's all about the lighting. But here's the thing. You don't want to be in bad light either, right? So if you're showing up on Zoom, definitely don't show up with the window behind you, with the overhead canned lights, or unevenly lit. Evenly lit, it helps connect with people. Another thing that happens, okay, I want to show you something. Have you ever seen someone on Zoom and they're wearing glasses and it's like, where are their eyes?
Yes.
Where are their eyes? You want to have non-reflective glasses. See how much better that is? I mean, there might be a little bit of glare, but it's nowhere as near this amount of glare. And that's really disconnecting when you go on video. So be aware of your eyeglasses. Try to wear contacts, or maybe just take the eyeglasses off for the moment that you're giving the presentation, if you can do that, because it's going to help make that connection even better. Another thing that drives me nuts, Taylor, is bad audio. If you're showing up in a room with high ceilings, no carpeting, you're going to have an echo. There's going to be a disconnect. And when people can't hear you, they'll just turn that off, right? So you got to get the shot set up. You got to get the lighting. You got to get the audio, right? Simple things. And the other thing is, showing up basically with the right energy. That's super important.
OwnYourSquare.com. You're offering some really great resources and tips for people there, even a free confidence seminar. So make sure to check that out. Pat, thanks so much for joining us. And thank you for bringing that beautiful color onto the screen. This is how you should do your Zoom conferencing, guys, in case you haven't got the memo yet. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Taylor.